Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be going over the preview for patch 2.51. The patch 2.5 website was updated with the Manor Gold Saucer, which is going to be coming out tomorrow. As of when this video is being recorded, today's the 23rd, comes out the 24th. Now, right at the top here we have the trailer, but the big thing is that there's a section for each of the little mini games that we're going to be able to do, as well as some general pictures of the Gold Saucer itself and the rewards. So the first tab is the Manor Gold Saucer. You can see there's a map right here. You have the star monocled Hildebrand dressed Cactar. We have a little bit of a few preview pictures here of some of the places that you're going to be able to go. This is where one of the little events happens. This is just some scenery on the inside. We've seen a lot of this in the video, so nothing too special. But something that a lot of people may still not know about are the rewards. Now, these aren't the only rewards that you can get from the Gold Saucer, but as you can see, we have an Adamantoise mount, which seems to scale with size since this is a Lalafell-sized, turtle mount. There is the Fenrir Mount, which, a lot of people may or may have mixed feelings about this, any Final Fantasy XI players in particular. I don't, though. I think it's an awesome reward. Something I was afraid might be in the cash shop. I'm glad to see they decided to stick it in the Gold Saucer instead. We also have the Gambler's Attire, which is Setzer's armor from, I think it's Final Fantasy VI. It's been a while since I've played it. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI. So that's the Gambler's Attire, and we also have the bunny attires. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it says Ladies of the Manor Gold Saucer. Assuming men can't wear these. But we do know you can see a woman here. Don't worry. Women can wear the Gambler's Attire. Or at least it seems so in this picture. So those are just some of the rewards. They showed off a bunch of other rewards during the Tokage live stream as well. So if you want to see more of them, go check that out. We also know there's going to be some, you could buy card packs for Triple Triad with Gold Saucer points. We know that you can spend them to enter games and things like that, to do some of the mini games and whatnot. We also know there's going to be rare Gold Saucer cards or rare Triple Triad cards with the Gold Saucer points. So there's quite a few things to do with your points, and of course they'll be expanding upon that in the future, as well as adding more features. Now, speaking of features, let's go into the individual previews. We have the Chocobo Racing, which, again, something they spoke about very in-depth at Tokage. So you can see just some pictures right here of the racing. Got that. Got some little bonuses, some items around the track, and goal! It's very similar to the Final Fantasy VII counterpart, where you can see the stamina of everyone else, 8 players. It's really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to getting into this specifically tomorrow in the Gold Saucer. Also, we have a little bit of a preview at Chocobo Breeding. Now, I know it's very hard to see, unfortunately, even with zooming in, it kind of doesn't make the picture that much bigger, that much easier to see. So you can see that you have retired Chocobos, and you can breed them together, and they have their pedigree, their race abilities, their color, their covering, and their grade. So you can see there's maximum speed, acceleration, endurance, stamina, and cunning. And then there's their race ability. For example, this one's increased stamina. And this Chocobo has heavy resistance, which I'm assuming means they're less likely to have their movement speed reduced by opponents for any reason. Breed capacity is 9. I'm assuming that means how many times they can be bred. Their pedigree level, which is something we'll probably have to get a little bit more in depth once we've actually gotten our hands on it, as well as their color. You also have a covering fee and a pedigree level of resulting fledgling. I'm assuming that means I guess kind of what generation it is. That's what I'm going to guess based on this. But it's really cool to see this menu. Looks like it's going to be pretty fun to deal with. The breeding in particular. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to have fun trying to breed the perfect racing Chocobo. We also have just a few pictures. I'm assuming this is just before they start actually breeding. And then we have, I'm assuming this is the new Chocobo that came out of the previous picture. So with that out of the way, let's move next to Triple Triad. Now, the best thing about the Triple Triad preview is we actually got to see some of the cards that are going to be in the game. Now, again, I know this picture can be very hard to see, but Deck 1 has Minfilia, it has Thancred, it has Urianger. You can see it better right here. It's got Ishtola, and it's got Papalamo and Ida on the same card. Deck 2 has Hildebrand and Nashu. It has a Godbert card. I'm pretty sure that's a Mandragora. I think that's Ultros and Typhon, and I think that's Gilgamesh. It's kind of hard to say. Deck 3, I see the leaders of, well, I see a Sylph. I think that's Fraxio. I think that's a Tempered Sylph. Can't really tell who that is. I think that's the, what's her name? The leader of, the leader of Gridania. I can't really tell. And I'm having a hard time seeing who this is. Deck 4, also having a really hard time telling who anyone is. I see Biggs and Wedge, and I definitely see Tataru. Not sure who this guy is. But, and then Deck 5 is, I think, Ifrit, Garuda, Titan, Shiva, and I think that might be Ramu. I can't really tell. But you can see there's quite a variety of cards, and we know there's even more variety than this. You can see some more of the cards here, a Chocobo card, a Gugu card, Arimon cards, tons of different cards, a total of 80 cards, and this is also what the interface is going to look like in particular for editing your Gold Saucer decks. Card list, card decks, all these kind of things. Really glad to see they went out of their way to make this UI pretty good. We also have a quick preview of what the gameplay will look like. We've actually seen full gameplay of this already. Rules listed in the top right, the 5 cards, and as well as the board itself. So, another thing I'm just really looking forward to. I'm glad they put some good work into Triple Triad and Chocobo Racing. The last 3 things we have are gates, minigames, and the Cactpot. This one goes over, I think, 5 different gates. I think somebody pointed out there's 5 different sections of the Gold Saucer, and each one has its own gate. We have Any Way the Wind Blows. Now, these are just basically mini games that you can do while waiting for maybe queues or anything like that, and they net you a few Gold Saucer points if you're successful. This one's goal is to stay on the platform while Typhon tries to blow you off. He freezes you in place every once in a while. Cliffhanger, you have to climb to the top of a cliff while a goblin is dropping bombs on you to save the little Chocobo chick. You can see it right there. Then we have the Time of My Life, where it's kind of like, I think this is kind of like Simon Says almost. It's a dancing competition, or it makes it seem like it's a dancing competition. But from what I saw in the preview, it's more like a Simon Says kind of dancing competition. Vase Off was kind of weird to me, so I haven't read this yet. Are you stealthy in? Oh, so we have to, I guess we have to deliver a vase while avoiding being detected. That's what I'm going to guess based on it saying that you have to be stealthy to get around. Skin change, we believe. Imps everywhere. With the Gold Saucer suffering from an imp infestation, the management recruited a contingent of adventurers to purge the void pest. To their dismay, the imps transformed themselves into the spitting image of their would-be hunters and dashed off into the crowds. So basically, you have to try and find the imps, their disguise, and you have to try and find them. Curious to see how that's actually going to play out. So those 5 gates, hopefully they spawn pretty quickly, not just like once an hour or something like that. I'm looking forward to those as well. I don't know how often I'll do them. The mini games they just showed off real quick. There's 4 of them. Moogle Paw, Monster Toss, which is basketball. This is a crane game. And then you have 2 strength games. You have Kuffaker and Crystal Tower Striker. These, I think they cost a few points to do, and they reward a little bit of points if you get a good grade. You could spam these over and over again, and you don't have to worry about getting in line for them. Apparently, that's not going to be like a thing. Like, you're not going to have to wait for the person in front of you to finish. It creates like a personalized instance for you to do these mini games. And then the Cactpot is, there's 2 different kinds of Cactpots. There's the daily one, the mini Cactpot, which is basically a scratch-off game, as you can see here. Your goal is to try and pick a row to and add all the numbers in that row together. And then depending on the number you get a little payout. As you can see, getting 1, 2, 3 or 2, 2, 2, which I don't think is possible. I think each number 1 through 9 appears once on this board. If you get 1, 2, 3 in a row, it's worth 10,000 according to this. If you get 24, then, which I think is 7, 8, 9, then you have to, I think is 7, 8, 9, yeah. Good math. Anyway, you get more points depending on what numbers are least common to get. And then you have the regular Cactpot where you pick 4 numbers, and then at the end of the week, at the designated time that they're going to tell us, if your numbers match, then you get a nice big bonus prize. You can select random numbers too if you aren't very good at picking your own. But this was a nice little preview. I'm glad that they decided to do this. Later tonight, they'll probably release the patch notes, probably after the servers go down. So you'll, before I go live with my live stream tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Gold Saucer and the Zodiac quest line pretty much all day tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a patch note reading out to you guys as well. But thank you for watching. Be sure to let me know what you're going to do first in the Gold Saucer, because I'm still debating what I'm going to do first. And, well, thanks for watching. I'll see everyone for the live stream tomorrow. And until then, take care.